Greetings, TikTok guests. Whoever starts to join in, we'll be starting past life regression at the top of the hour. In the meantime, I'll be here answering questions if you have any, and I'll just wait till I hear from somebody. I'm going to ask a poll here at the top of the hour because I was debating calling someone in from the chat or just doing a general past life regression so that everyone can experience the experience. So just waiting until people start to join. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. We'll be starting at the top of the hour, and I'll be basically selecting someone from the chat or asking the chat if we should just do a live session for everyone to experience. So for those of you joining in, we'll be starting at the top of the hour. In the meantime, if you have any questions about past life regression, I'll be happy to answer those questions for you before we begin at 7, or 7 my time, which is at the top of the hour. So welcome everyone coming in. Hope you'll stay tuned or join in with any questions I can answer in the meantime. If you have any questions on past life regression, we'll be doing a live past life regression at the top of the hour. And I will be selecting someone in the chat, or I'll ask the chat if everyone wants to participate, because I'm down for that too. I want everybody to be able to have this type of experience of soul remembrance and things that you've gone through to create who you are today in your path. Greetings, everyone joining. We'll be starting at the top of the hour. If you have any questions before now and the top of the hour, I will be happy to answer your questions about past life regression. Hello, Pearl. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be starting at the top of the hour. If you have any questions before then, I will be happy to answer them. I will be either selecting someone in the chat to be the recipient of the past life regression, or maybe I'll just do a general guided meditation for everyone to be able to experience it on their own, and then have a question answering session at the end of it so we can talk about experiences. Or if you want to tell me where you're tuning in from, I would love that. Past lives, yes. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know, because I'm here in Colorado. We'll be starting at the top of the hour, so feel free if you have any questions. Australia, east coast of that is amazing. Well, welcome. I'm glad you took time to tune in. I'm not familiar with NSW or that region. I didn't get good grades in geography. So explaining it, what it means, I would love to know what it is. So feel free to describe what NSW is. Where does one start with past lives? Well, a lot of times people will come to me because they're going through a spiritual awakening and they have remembrances or repeating dreams, or, okay, it's a state. Okay, awesome. So a lot of people will have repeating dreams of certain instances or experiences. Some will have phobias. I'll give an example of that. I started remembering a very difficult life that I had when I discovered my phobias. I'm extremely claustrophobic, and I didn't know why or what was the cause of that. So the last time I went in for an MRI, when they were feeding me in feet first, I had a flash of remembrance right before I entered into the MRI machine, and it was being fed into the ovens at Dachau concentration camp in Germany. And funny thing is, I actually visited there in this lifetime, and it felt so eerily familiar to me, and I didn't know why. But when I did my own regression, I figured that stuff out. So reoccurring dreams, places that you are drawn to that you've never lived before, or if you're drawn to a specific culture. We are creatures of habit, so we are drawn to specific places and cultures because we've experienced them before. So feel free to share this live so your friends can enjoy it too. We'll be starting at the top of the hour, but right now I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have on past lives. I know on YouTube they have free guided meditations for past life regression. That's something that I was considering doing tonight instead of picking someone in the chat and putting someone on the spot by just guiding everyone into past life regression. But I'll ask that at the top of the hour to see what kind of vote I get, because I promised last week that I would pick someone from the chat, and I wanted to give someone that opportunity if we're able to. Can you do a read for people in a Zoom meeting? Yes, I do online sessions all the time through Zoom. Just have to get with me on the time zone. In my bio, if you go to the link tree, there's a little envelope in there for my email. Just click on that email and we can arrange something that way. But I do one-on-one sessions, and so and those are recorded. So when we have the session, I will send you the audio copy of that so you can revisit it anytime, as often as you like, and you can do whatever you want with that audio. I'm very comfortable and speak, read, and write it easy. Sounds like automatic writing. Let me see what else there is. Very attracted to the Spanish culture. Well, there's a reason for that. Are you drawn to that type of food? Do you enjoy that food and you weren't raised on that food? Like for instance, my oldest daughter loves Asian foods and the Asian culture, but we've never even been there. So I'm pretty sure she's experienced lifetime over there. I'm not sure exactly where yet. We haven't discovered yet. When she's ready, when we'll do that. No one in your family is Hispanic? Okay, yeah, it's worth tapping into. You probably can pull out some remembrances through past life regression. I'm curious where you learned how to cook that way. Is it in your memory? Hello, everyone joining. We aren't selling anything here. We are just going to be doing a past life regression at the top of the hour. You're welcome to stay and watch, participate. I will be asking, I haven't decided if I want to pick someone out of the chat or if I want to just do a general guided meditation for everyone to experience. And then we can, at the end of it, we can discuss your experiences or any questions that you have about what you did experience during the past life regression. I really wish I had a moderator. Let's see. I'm looking at my settings here. I'm reading through the chat, ignoring the trolls here. If you're a troll, I'm sure there's something better that you can do with your time. Those of you who just joined, we are starting the past life regression at the top of the hour. Please feel free to check back or ask questions that you might have before then. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Someone asked earlier how they get started in tapping into past lives. A good way to do that is past life regression meditations. I do past life regression in my office, and I also do them online, one-on-one sessions, and they're interactive and they're recorded, so I can send the recorded audio to my client when the session is over, or we'll just record a Zoom and they'll have their own copy of the whole experience. The easiest way, I would say, guided meditation and hypnotherapy or hypnosis is pretty much the same thing. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, which is basically going into the alpha and theta brainwave state, just basically going into a relaxed state so you can then access your subconscious. So what that does is it gets rid of your conscious mind, which is the judging mind that puts in doubt and fear and disbelief in the experience itself. That portion of your brain steps aside so you can then access your Akashic records, which is where all your lifetimes and all your memories are stored, and we can access that through the subconscious. Do I suggest a way of healing if need be, if one needs healing from a past life? During our past life sessions that I do here in my office, what we're looking for is basically patterns of the way we've lived lifetimes and discovering the lessons involved in those lifetimes. A lot of times, just by discovering the lesson involved in each lifetime creates the healing within the person. There is hypnotherapy called QHHT, which is something that Dolores Cannon first started out doing, and they still have those courses online as well. I studied a lot about it. However, when I went to graduation from the University of Sedona, my classmate sitting next to me, she said she went through that training as well, and she told me not to do that and just to create my own type of hypnotherapy. Then I would attract my tribe. So you do massage and people. I do massage and people, and I'm feels like I've known for that actually is the soul recognition. So we come into these incarnations with our soul group. And every time we come into an incarnation, we play different roles for each other for our own spiritual growth. So for instance, perhaps this lifetime you play the role of a sister, of a best friend in a former lifetime, or the brother. The soul is genderless, so we come in to experience life from different perspectives. So you may come in as a male or female in different lifetimes. You may come in as an elemental, such as water, grass. I've had someone having a session being grass, and I'm like, well, what was the lesson involved in that? And the answer just really took me by surprise. And it was basically I came to learn patience. I just wanted to be. And that was actually one of my favorite favorite sessions. Have I experienced Dolores Cannon the QHHT, if that's what you're talking about? I have not had that experience. I've watched several of the QHHT sessions, but Dolores Cannon is a very big, heavy influence on what I have designed my past life regression around. Yeah, past life regression at the top of the hour, yes. I take interest in herbs, teas, ancestors, and Native and Canadian have medicine man as a great grandpa. Absolutely. That's when I tapped into one of my past lives, I realized that I had had lifetimes of being an herbalist. And so I decided to call that wisdom forward. And that is also what I do. I create my own pain herbal salves. I go out and I forage the herbs myself, dry them, and then I create pain salves and teas from that. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. Anything that you feel like giving, you can. Yeah, top of the hour, we will do past life regression. And I will either pick someone in the chat to experience it one-on-one with me and have others watch, or I can just do a general past life regression for everyone to experience. And then we'll have a question and answering at the end of the session. So if you have questions about what came to you, then we can address that and give you more more clarity on what that information coming through was. So the things we get naturally is yes, things that come naturally to you, like common sense. It takes many lifetimes to learn common sense. So all these people coming into the life and you would call them stupid or ignorant because they don't know better, they are new souls, and we were new souls at once too. This is how people that are normally labeled stupid or ignorant because they don't have any common sense, it's because they come to learn common sense. And so I have a lot more patience with those individuals. I have a couple in my household, and we are teaching common sense. It's not a bad thing. I always had a dream of being sitting in a room like the kitchen table, and a train goes right by the edge, close to hit me. I just actually picked up a dream interpretation handbook. I'm not an expert on that yet, but I will be soon, because actually this I can't even talk. Dream interpretation handbook, a guide and dictionary to unlock the meanings of your dreams, is written by Karen Fraser, who is also a classmate of mine. So, and it's very popular on Amazon. You can also probably get it at any bookstore. So I'm going to be learning that. But dreams, if you have repetitive dreams, they are usually associated with past life memories. Happy birthday to, I don't know how to say that screen name. Happy birthday to you. Let's see. Yes, there's a lot to know about dream interpretation. I do know a little bit. I mean, I recently had a dream of my hair falling out, so I just shaved my head, and I looked it up, and it actually means that I'm going through a spiritual breakthrough. I was like, wow. It could either mean insecurity, or when you intentionally lose your hair by shaving it, and that's actually a spiritual meaning that you are going through like a transition. Actually, let me look it up. I don't want to misquote it. It's a really interesting book. Um, let's see, where was it? I think it was under balding or something. Or hair loss, something. I just got this today, so forgive me. I only scanned through it. I haven't read it yet. But it's pretty interesting, pretty fun stuff. Okay, here it is. Going bald or losing hair. Dreams about going bald represent feelings of insecurity. Losing your hair in your dreams suggests you're worried about your physical attractiveness or personal power. If you deliberately remove your hair, like which I did in my dream, it has a spiritual meaning, suggesting spiritual cleansing or growth. And I can get on board with that. Sometimes we learn things that we don't want to know about ourselves. Let's see. It makes sense too that people don't have it. Yes, new souls, for sure. Lack of common sense is because they come to learn common sense. It takes many lifetimes to learn what you bring forward each lifetime. You may not realize it, but you bring forward that wisdom each lifetime of experiences, and you can tap right into that and bring it forward in this life. Like, I had a lifetime in Germany. I was an herbalist, and I thought it feels so good to want to make things to heal. So I called that wisdom forward, and that's exactly what I do. I hate being in pain, so I created my own pain salves. You must have lived a million lives. Yeah, it feels like it. You are forever. So you're infinite soul. So you may not have just experienced lifetimes on this planet either. I have interplanetary people come in all the time, experiencing lives from other planetary star systems and other dimensional life forms, such as the mystical field, the mystical dimensions, like dragons and fairies and mermaids, and amazing things like that. I'm told a lot. I am very knowledgeable. Yes, those who've lived many lives, you will be hearing from people saying, "Oh, you're such an old soul." If you ever hear that, that's your first clue that you've experienced many lifetimes. Animals are attracted to you. It's because of the energy that you put out. So what energy you put out, you attract to you. So if you love animals, they can sense that right away. Welcome, everyone. I will be starting Past Life Regression at the top of the hour. Thank you for joining and sending the likes. Appreciate all of you. Thank you. Feel free to share with your friends if you think they might want to join in and listen in on a past life regression. I was going to ask, and I've said this already, but I will repeat it because new people keep dropping in. At the top of the hour, I will be asking if I should pick somebody randomly from the chat or if I should just do a general past life regression meditation for everyone to experience. That way we can, at the end of the session, we can do a question and answering session, and we can address any concerns or experiences that you had during the past life regression meditation. So I'll take a poll and see where we're at. See if someone wants to volunteer to get in the hot seat with me. Or if maybe all of you want to enjoy being in the hot seat. Thank you for all the likes. Love you guys. I'm not sure what that does with the algorithm, if it puts me closer to the top. I don't know. I am new to this, but I want to continue doing this every Sunday so more and more people can experience what it's like to visit and step into past life memories. And someone asked earlier about their massage therapist and the energy that they feel with their clients. It feels like they're very familiar to them. A lot of times when you meet people, you just feel like you've known them forever. It's because you have. You may not look the same this time around. You may not be playing the same role as you were before, but we all come in to play roles for each other for our own spiritual growth. Some come in to create contrast in our lives for our growth. So my past relationships were extremely violent and horrible, and that was to move me into a different direction. And look at me now. So even though your life may be feeling like it's out of control and being shaken around, it's actually just falling into place. Just trust the flow. Trust the process. All right, 6:54. All right, 6 more minutes. I'm traumatized by the last one, seriously. I'm trying to think of what the last one. So grateful. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. Grateful Heart, AK, Alaska. I'm not sure. I feel like I know a bit about everything you do. You really do. You have infinite knowledge by tuning into your intuition and bringing forward your higher self to ask questions. You can tap into the whole, what do you call it? Consciousness. Every life that's ever been lived, you can tap into that. You can pull forward lifetimes from other humans. The whole collective, you can tap right into that. You have infinite wisdom. Just practice your intuition. Let's see. There's a comment that says, I'm traumatized by the last one. I have no desire to get into another one. You never know what you might learn. You can also pull forward some really enlightening lifetimes, ones that have really deep meaning to you. I would volunteer, but got to take a shower and get ready. All right, well, thanks for stopping in. I do this every Sunday evening at this time, so maybe you can catch one in the future or watch one. Appreciate you. Grateful Heart, Alaska. I thought that was Alaska, so thanks for the clarity there. Just waiting a couple more minutes so we can start this at the top of the hour. My mouth is dry. Thank you guys for sharing. I see some of my colleagues and friends in the chat here. Thank you guys for supporting me. Love you guys. Thanks for the likes. Talking to someone and things about him. You know what? We do come to live lives as the killer, as the murderer, as the jerk to someone. And in order to have balance, we have to have dark and light, unfortunately. I know it's not a fun thing to talk about or think about, but some of us do come to create havoc in other people's lives to get them to help them move into a different direction for their own growth. Trust your vibes. Trust your vibes. Things that you think you've done before, a lot of times it's not even your own thoughts. That is just the memory, residual memory that you're tapping into. Thank you guys for joining. We're going to be starting at the top of the hour, which is in just a couple minutes. And I'll be asking in the chat if you think we should pick someone in the chat to be in the hot seat, or if I should just guide everyone through the guided meditation on past life regression so everyone can enjoy the experience or tap into their Akashic memories. Just give me the last one was heavy. Yes, not all lifetimes are fun, but they are for our growth. If you look at it that way, it's easier to take. Sometimes we're here to pay a karmic debt, but part of past life regression is to break the ties of karmic debt. Get rid of that. One more minute. Maybe I'll just ask right now, those of you watching in the chat, what do you think we should do? Should we pick somebody random in the chat, or should we just do a general guided meditation for everyone to enjoy? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. Aww. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. A general. That was my thought too. So I'll wait to hear from others if we should just do a random, picking somebody randomly in the chat, or if we should just do a general past life. Okay, there's just a couple general past life. Okay, good. I'm getting feedback. I appreciate that. I can certainly do that. I do that in the community all the time for people to enjoy. And I would like everyone to look at it as a guided meditation rather than hypnosis, because sometimes people have a difficult time thinking, oh, I don't know if I could be hypnotized. We're not even going to use that language tonight. We're gonna do it as a guided meditation to erase that barrier. All you're going to need to do is just relax and trust the information coming in. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate them. Much love to you. So I'll ask, now that we're at the top of the hour, I've had 2 people say we should do general guided meditation for past lives, or if we should pick someone in the chat. I was going to have people pick numbers, and I was going to pick the one closest, you know that game. But so far, what do you think we should do? A general session for everyone to enjoy, or just pulling someone out of the chat to experience the hot seat? Let me know what you think, and we'll get started here pretty quickly. Thank you for all the likes. Appreciate you. Feel free to continue tapping. It'll raise the algorithm. I don't know how that works, but usually when I'm on someone else's live watching them, I'm just constantly tap, 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 tap. However, when this starts, you'll want to probably put the phone down or whatever you're listening on. Just setting that aside so you can participate if we're doing a general session. So far, I've only had 2 people feedback doing the general past life regression for everyone to experience. I'll ask one more time, and if I don't have any more feedback, then I will just do a guided meditation for everyone to experience past life. I've heard that the likes, put your page put at the top of the For You page for people to see. Thank you. Yes, I've heard that too, but it really depends on if I'm in their algorithm too. If people follow stuff about past lives, they'll probably see me on their live people that are going live right now. Okay. One more time. I would like to know in the chat if you think I should pick someone from the chat randomly, or if I should just do a general guided meditation for past lives so everyone can experience it. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. If I don't hear it from anyone else, I've already had 2 votes for doing in general, so everyone can enjoy it. So please let me know how you're thinking, and we'll start here shortly. 5 after. Okay, another one for general. Good, good, okay. And what we'll do, if I do a general, we are going to, it'll take about, probably take about an hour of your time. And then at the end of that, we will do a group discussion about your experiences. And if you're too shy, that's okay too. I just want you to be able to have some type of experience. I think this small group, it would be fun to do a general. Yeah, I agree. All right. I'll probably start here in a couple minutes. So if you guys are wanting to be a part of this and experience it on your own, go ahead and find yourself a comfortable place to relax, either sitting in a reclined position or lying down, making sure that you have very little distraction if possible. I know it's hard if you have kids. I have 6 kids, so that's why I come to my office to do these. Let's see. Thank you for all the likes. I'm going to start here in just a minute. So go ahead and get yourself in a comfortable position to where you can relax. And just put me either on your head, put your headphones in, or put me close to you where you can hear my voice. I'm just be guiding you through past life regression, a guided meditation. Hello, Maria. We're going to be starting here. We decided on this, those of you who newly joined recently, we are going to just do a general past life regression so everyone in the chat can experience it. And how we're going to do that, it'll be just like a guided meditation. You'll just relax. We'll do some breathing, and I'm going to do some bowls to help open up the top 2 energy centers, the 2 chakras. And then we will I will do an induction, a healing induction. Those of you who've watched the last 2 lives, it'll be familiar too. We're going to do a body scan, making sure the entire body is relaxed, and then we'll start regressing backwards and picking out significant lifetimes. I'll guide you through that. And I want you to trust your first impression. Usually the first memory that comes to people would be one that feels like they're making the story up. Go with that and allow that to play out in your mind, and before you know it, it'll start expanding, and you'll start being able to, more information will flow in because of the trust of what's coming in. And when we're done with the session, we will have that open floor. You can ask questions about what you experienced, and I can help give more clarity to what you experience. So if you guys are in a relaxed position, either sitting back or lying down, go ahead and start by, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths together. You can count them on your own, and I'll be doing them while I get my singing bowls, because we're going to open up the top 2 energy centers. All right. Now, before we begin the induction, I just want to call your attention to the top of the head at the crown energy center or chakra, however you decide you want to, whatever you want to call it. It is the same thing, same intention. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have you visualize a purple or a violet color energy spinning right at the top of the head. We're going to open that up with a singing bowl. Good job, everyone. And you can tell when your crown energy center is out of balance, when you're feeling a lot of brain fog or lack of focus, depression, just feeling disconnected and ungrounded. So this helps clear that up for us. If you're new to sound therapy, what happens is this bowl is built to carry the healed frequency of the crown chakra. And when yours is out of balance and I'm playing this frequency, what happens is the mirror neurons in your body mirror the frequency, the healed frequency of the crown chakra, and it helps heal that area for you. So now we're going to move down to the center of the forehead, which is called the third eye chakra or third eye energy center. I want you to visualize an indigo color energy spinning at the center of the forehead. This is out of balance when you have a lack of imagination or I'm trying to think, lack of imagination, a lack of connection with the spiritual, or maybe you're a little bit too dogmatic. This is out of balance. So if you can visualize an indigo color energy at the third eye right in the center of the forehead, go ahead and spin that color right there for me, and we'll open that up. Good job. All right. Now we're going to dive right into what I call the induction, the body scan. So go ahead and recline back, get comfortable again, and just go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to focus your attention on your head. And any racing thoughts that you've had, go ahead and release any attachment to that so you can fully relax your head, unclenching your jaw, relaxing your brow. And then bringing your attention down to your neck, allowing it to feel flexible. This is also where the throat chakra or energy center is located. So when you're having difficulty being understood by others or you're having difficulty speaking your truth, this is out of balance. So if you have any attachment to that, go ahead and release it so you can fully relax your neck. And then moving on down to the shoulders, right side and left side. Relaxing your shoulders. This is where we carry the weight of the world. So anything that doesn't belong to you that you've been carrying lately, go ahead and release that so you can fully relax your shoulders. Feeling more at ease. And moving on down to the arms, right side and left side. Relaxing all those muscles, releasing any tension that's been built up. Your arms and hands are meant to hold things. So when you're holding on to something that you shouldn't be in life, this is when you experience a bit of dis-ease in that part of the body. So if you have any attachment to that, holding on to something, go ahead and release that attachment. Just fully relaxing both arms. You're doing an amazing job. Let's go ahead and bring your attention to your chest, allowing yourself to breathe in and out clearly and safely. When we are feeling smothered or unable to breathe in our life circumstances, this is when we experience respiratory problems. So if you have any attachment to that right now, feeling smothered by anyone in your situations, go ahead and release any attachment so you can fully experience a clear breath in and a clear breath out. Now bringing your attention to your stomach and abdomen, just relaxing that area. Our stomach is where we house our emotions. You know, we have those gut feelings, and when we don't pay attention to those, or we just stuff those feelings, that's when we discover abdominal issues. So if you have any attachment to that, go ahead and release it so you can fully relax your stomach and your abdomen, feeling more at ease, more relaxed. Now bringing your attention to your back, from the base of your neck to your tailbone, just focusing on your spine and your back, just relaxing that area. Our back is used to support our entire body, and so when we are feeling unsupported in our life circumstances, this is where it's going to show up in the body as pain or inflammation, and that can be in any area of relationships, work, or finances. So if you have any attachment to that, go ahead and release that so you can fully relax your back. Taking a deep breath in and release. Feeling a deeper sense of relaxation. We're going to work our way down to the hips, right side and left side. This is where we carry our children. So if you're experiencing difficulties with children in your life, whether they're yours or someone else's, this is where it's going to show up in the body. I have stepchildren, and when I have difficulty with my stepchildren, I feel it in my hips. So I have to release attachment to that. So if you're carrying that, go ahead and release that right now so you can fully relax your hips. And then moving on down to the legs, the thighs, knees, calves, shins, all the way down your feet to your toes. Relaxing both legs, right side and left side. Releasing any tension. Our legs are meant to move us forward in life, and so when we're feeling stuck or unable to chase our dreams, this is where it's going to show up in the body. You may end up stubbing your toe, and what that means is it's just getting you to move in a different direction. We experience pain in order for growth. It's the greatest catalyst for growth. Just focus on your legs, relaxing all those muscles, letting that tension just leave the body through your toes, feeling more relaxed, more at ease, releasing any attachment to dis-ease. Now we're going to travel into what I call the control center. And this is basically a room that you create in your own mind. You can experience it through your sight or your imagination. Just build it yourself. It can look any way you want. Just place yourself in your control room. We're going to do some readjusting on some of the emotional controls. And you can do this at any time when you are feeling a bit anxious or going through a little bit of panic in your life. You can take yourself directly to the control room just by closing your eyes and placing yourself there. So So as you're there in the control room, just observe your surroundings. And I want you to walk up to one of the walls and locate the control on the wall that's labeled anxiety. And this is a dial. Just take a look where you're at on that dial, high or low, where you're at on that anxiety level. And when you're ready, I want you to visualize yourself turning that dial all the way down as it leaves the body. You can adjust that anytime you want. Turn that all the way down, all the way down. Good job. And next to that control, I want you to visualize one labeled fear. Take a look at that. That's also a dial. Where are you at on that dial, high or low? After the last couple years we've had, a lot of people's fears really elevated. So take a close look, and when you're ready, I want you to visualize yourself reaching out and turning that dial all the way down, letting that fear leave the body. The opposite of fear is love. So as that fear leaves the body, allow yourself to feel the love coming right back. And next to that dial, I'd like you to visualize one labeled depression. Everyone experiences depression at some point in their life. Just take a look at that dial and see where you're at. Are you high or low? And when you're ready, I want you to visualize yourself reaching out and turning that dial all the way down as well. All the way down. Let that leave the body. It's not time to experience that at this moment. And you can adjust that every day if you have to. Now let's take a walk to the other side of the room so we can adjust some more controls in the control room. Make your way to the other wall, and I want you to locate the dial on the wall labeled happiness. You may have to dust off some cobwebs. A lot of us don't have time to do things that make us happy in life, so we're going to make that adjustment right now. Go ahead and look where you're at on that dial of happiness, high or low. And when you're ready, I want you to visualize yourself reaching out and turning that dial all the way up, allowing that happiness to surge through your entire body, letting every limb and every body system feel the happiness running through it. You have access to this dial anytime. You are in charge of your happiness. And next to that dial, I want you to locate one labeled joy. These usually go hand in hand, the happiness and joy. Just reach out. When you see where you're at on that joy dial, reach out and turn that one all the way up as well. Allow those sparkles to just sparkle through your body of joy, feeling full of sunshine, a lot of yellow energy. You're doing an amazing job. Now let's make our way to the center of your control room. And in the middle of the room, on the floor, I want you to locate that X and stand on that X that you create. And as you do, a very large dial comes right out of the floor and meets you at hand level. And this dial, most people don't even know they have access to it. This one is labeled self-love. See where you're at on that dial. This is a very heavy dial. Most of us never touch it in our lifetime, but we're going to make that adjustment right now. So take a look where you're at on that dial of self-love. Whether you've been told you're unworthy all your life or just beaten down, and maybe you are one that self-sabotages. We all are at points in our life. So wherever you're at on that dial, you are strong enough to push that dial all the way up. Allow yourself to push that dial of self-love all the way up, all the way up, allowing yourself to feel that hug you've been waiting for all your life. Just keep pushing it, surrounding yourself with love. You're doing such a good job. Go ahead when you're done. Step off the X, and as you do, that control goes right back into the floor. The control that you always have access to when you're feeling unworthy, when you're stuck, giving yourself a bit of boost in your self-love dial. So I want you to visualize in front of you, on the wall, a mirror, and just take a step close up to the mirror and just take a deep look into your eyes, looking directly at your soul and repeating these words to yourself as you look into your eyes. And those words are, I love you. I have always loved you. And I will always love you. I'm sorry it's taken me this long to say that. Forgive me. I forgive myself for all the mistakes I've ever made, because there's no such things as mistakes. They're just life lessons. I am worthy. I'm worthy of love from myself and from others. And I am worthy to give love to others. I am healing. And thank yourself for being in the control room that you've always had access to. This is your room, and you can access it anytime. Just relax and step into it. Go ahead and step away from the mirror. I know this is difficult to do. The control room is sometimes a very emotional experience, which is very healthy. I want you to locate the door to the control room and just observe it and just take a look at it. What is it made out of? Does it have a smell? Does it have texture? What color is it? And just observe it for a moment. Maybe it's see-through. You are the creator of your door, so you can make it look any way you want. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and allow yourself to walk through that door, down a hallway full of doors on both sides. And just observe those doors. They can look any way you want them to. And this hallway is pretty infinite. There's no end to the doors on both sides of the hallway. I just want you to start walking down that hallway, and as you step, each step, feel more relaxed with each step. And just observe those doors that you're passing by. I'm going to have you pause right now at this door that you're standing in front of. On the other side of this door is a recent memory that has brought you great happiness. Allow yourself to walk through that door and experience that memory of happiness that you recently had, and just observe who else is in that memory with you. Is this a birthday party? What kind of experience is this to you? Are you camping? Are you with family? Just observe. Observe your feeling of happiness and enjoy that feeling again, as if you're living it right now, because you are. You're right back in that energy. Just experience it. You may experience leaking in your eyes, and that's okay. Perfectly okay and natural. I want you to thank anyone who has showed up in this memory, whoever they are, or whatever the experience is. I want you to thank that energy for being available for you to visit right now. And take a step back out of that room, back into the hallway of infinite doors, and just walk down that hallway again, taking your time, and each step getting more and more relaxed, a deeper sense of relaxation. Now I'd like you to select a door on the opposite side of the one that you just came out of and step through into a favorite childhood memory, one that brought you great happiness. Go ahead and step through that door and experience that memory again. Just observe what comes up for you. How old are you in this memory? What are you doing and who is there? Just take it all in again. Feel the happiness that's connected to that memory and energy. Remembering that you deserve happiness. Thank everyone who showed up in that memory for you. Thank them for being there. Go ahead and step back into the hallway of infinite doors. Just walk on down the hallway. Just keep walking, feeling more and more relaxed. And I ask you to pause right now in the hallway and just take a look at the doors to your sides. And I want you to choose one, because on the other side of that door is the experience of being in your mother's womb. Go ahead and step into that memory. Just get a sense of being inside your mother's womb. Pay attention to your environment. How do you feel there? Can you hear your heartbeat, or can you hear your mother's heartbeat? Are you sensing any voices on the outside? And do you recognize them? Does this feel like a happy environment or something different? Remembering that you're safe. And just continue breathing, feeling more relaxed and safe in your mother's womb. I want you to visualize yourself from your heart to your mother's heart, a bright, white energy of love going straight to your mother's heart, thanking her for the life experience that you've been able to live, even if it wasn't with your birth mother. It's okay. Send love, forgiving life. And go ahead, when you're ready, step back into the hallway of infinite doors and just start walking again down the hallway. Just take notice of the next door that draws your attention. Just observe it. What does this door look like? Because on the other side of this door is another significant lifetime. When you're ready and you arrive at that door, step on through it and just observe where you go. What is the first impression that comes to you? Where are you? Where you go? Are you inside or outside? Trust that fake story. The reason why it feels like a fake story is because it's being dropped into your awareness to access. So follow that fake story and it will start to become real. Observe where you're at. Observe how old you feel. Are you masculine or feminine? What kind of clothes do you have on, or are you wearing clothes? What area does this look like? Does it look like Earth or somewhere else? Observe your surroundings. the landscape. And if you're inside, where are you inside? Where is this place? And does it feel familiar to you? What are you doing there right now? And is there anyone there with you? Just observe your surroundings. See who's there, if you recognize them or not. Perhaps they're just passerbys. That's okay too. Get a sense of what era this is. If you had to guess a time frame, when is this experience? When is this lifetime existing? Trust your first impression. Let's go take a trip back to your home in the life that you're visiting now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Be there now at your home. What does your home look like? What does your home feel like? Is this a happy place or something different? Allow yourself to observe that. What is your home made out of? Take a tour of the home. Is this 1 level, 2 levels? Go ahead and explore it. Looking at the furnishings, kind of gauging the era that you're in. Do you have a family? And if so, what do they call you? What name do they use? Trust your first impression. Keep exploring. Depending on your age, what is it that you do in this lifetime? Who are you and what do you do? First impression. And if you have family members, observe your family members and perhaps maybe you recognize them from someone else in your current lifetime, playing a different role to you. And if you don't recognize them, what do you call them? And if it's just you, that's okay too. Just pay attention to what it is that you do in this lifetime. How do you support yourself? Go through an entire day in that lifetime, allowing that information to just unfold for you to experience. Let's go ahead now and close this scene. We're going to travel forward to another significant event in the same lifetime we're visiting now in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Be there now. Another event that's happening in that lifetime. Where do you go? What's happening today? What are you experiencing? Just observe your surroundings. I'll give you a moment to explore. See if you recognize anyone there in the event that you're experiencing right now. And let's go ahead and close that scene and visit another significant memory in that lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. New event, same lifetime. What's happening? Where do you go? Trust your first impression. Just observe the event. Maybe you're at a wedding or a birthday party. Maybe you're at a funeral. Wherever it is that you're at, just observe it, remembering that you're safe. You're safe. Go ahead, close that scene. We're going to move forward to the last day in that lifetime. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last day. Where are you? And what's going on? What's happened to you? Just observe. Remember, you don't have to feel the pain. You can observe from outside of your body what's going on this last day. Just observe your surroundings. Observing where you're at. Who's there with you? Why is this your last day? What has happened? If there are others there on your last day, send them your love. Send them a big thank you if you are verbal at that moment. If not, just feel the love towards those around you. And go ahead and take your last deep breath in and release, allowing in the soul to leave the body safely. Where do you go from there? What happens next? Where do you go? Just keep observing what's happening. Feeling no pain. Feeling safe. Where do you go? Allow that to unfold. Just keep flowing with it. Keep going. Feeling weightless. Perhaps some of you may have snapped into another lifetime. That's okay too. Just sit there for a moment and observe your surroundings. One of the first things people say when you're about to cross over is go towards the light. Well, that's the first thing you see when you're born too. So either way, whatever you're experiencing right now, just observe it and flow with it, remembering that you're safe and loved. Let's go ahead and close out this scene. We're going to travel back to another significant lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. New lifetime, first impression. Where do you go? Observe your surroundings. Take a look at yourself. How old are you? Are you male or female or something different? What do you look like? And how does it feel to be in that lifetime? Just observe your surroundings, whether you're inside or outside. Look at the clothing that you're wearing, if you are. Where are you going? What are you doing right now in this experience? Let's take a moment and travel back to your home in that lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back home. Where does this look like to you? Where are you? Just observe your home, the surroundings around it. Explore inside the home. Do you have a family? Who else is there with you, if there are anyone there? And do you recognize them as other souls you may be experiencing a lifetime with now? You may recognize the energy that they bring in. What role are they playing in this lifetime that you're visiting now? What do you do in this lifetime? How do you support yourself? What is your family life like? Do you have any of your own children? Do you have a wife or a husband or a partner? Just allow that experience to unfold for you. You're doing an amazing job. Let's go ahead and close this scene, and we're going to travel back to another event that happened during the same lifetime you're visiting now in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. New event, same lifetime. What's going on? What are you experiencing? Who else is there with you? Just observe your surroundings. What is this event? Are you getting married? Just observe what's going on. And if it is a traumatic event, remember that you're safe. You are so safe right now. You can observe this from another perspective, from the outside of the body. We are the soul observing past memories, sometimes future memories. It's okay. Either way you go. Everything is happening right now. Let's go ahead and close out that scene to that event and travel to another significant event in the same life in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. New event. Where are you now? What are you experiencing? Just observe the experience. Allow whatever to come in to come in. Always trust the first impression. And who else is there with you? You're doing an amazing job. I just want to let you know that. And you're safe. Let's go ahead and close out that scene. We're going to travel to the last day in that lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last day. What's going on? Where are you? Who else is there with you? What has happened that this is your last day? Observe how old you are. Trust the first impression that comes in as far as your age. What era was this that you lived? And what lessons did you learn in this lifetime that you're visiting now? Do your own little life review on this last day. What were the lessons? If you're surrounded by loved ones, go ahead and send them love, whether it's through just feeling the love for them or saying it verbally to them in that lifetime. Listen in on the conversation. And when you're ready, go ahead and take your last breath, a deep breath in and release, allowing the soul to leave the body safely. And observe what happens next. Where do you go? What's happening now? To allow it to unfold. Allow it to flow freely, remembering that you're safe. Observe if there's anyone with you. Do you recognize anyone that has met up with you at this point in your life experience or in between life experience? Where do you go? Just keep observing. You're doing an amazing job. Let's go ahead and close out that scene. We'll visit one last life in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. New significant lifetime, past or future, interplanetary, interdimensional, wherever you go. Be there now and observe your surroundings. Observe if you're in a body, and if so, what does it look like to you? What age do you feel? Do you get a sense of a gender, male, female, maybe something different, androgynous? Who are you? And what do you do in that lifetime? Just allow yourself to observe who you are and what you do. Just to let that come to you, first impression. Allow it to flow. Feeling safe, always safe. What happens next? Go ahead and advance forward. Whatever you were doing in the initial impression, move it forward a bit and just watch that unfold for you. Keep going with it. Let's pause for a moment and close out that scene. Let's go home in that lifetime. Let's see where that is, where you go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. At home. Where do you go? Where's home to you? And what does it look like? Trusting your first impression. Just observe your home. Take a tour inside the home. Recognizing any souls that you come into contact with. Are they your family? Or maybe someone that you know in this current lifetime just visiting you? What role do they play in this lifetime that you're visiting now? Perhaps you recognize their energy by something that sticks out to you, something that they do in this lifetime and in that lifetime that you're visiting. You can sense the similarities there. You can recognize them, you can. Just take your time with it and trust your first impression. And what do you do? Do you have a family? How did you get to that home? Is it your first home in that lifetime? Allowing all information to come forward, calling all wisdom forward from each of the lifetimes that we visited so far. We're going to go ahead and close out that scene, and we're going to visit a very significant event in that lifetime that you're in right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. New event. What's going on? Where do you go? And what's happening? How old are you? Maybe you get a sense of what people call you, what your name is. Who are you? What is this event that's going on? I'm going to go ahead and close out that scene. We're going to travel to the last day in that lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last day in that lifetime. What's happening? How old are you? Why is this your last day? Remembering that you're safe. Observe if there's anyone there with you. And if there is, just listen in on the conversation. What is the discussion going on? Or maybe listen to the thoughts in your own mind on this last day. What are you thinking? Was this a pleasant life? What was the lesson involved in this life that we're visiting right now? I want you to go ahead and take your last breath in. Deep breath in and release, allowing the soul to leave the body. And now what I'd like you to do is allow your soul to return back to that hallway of infinite doors, making your way back into the hallway and traveling back to the current lifetime. We're going to come back to our current lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back into this lifetime, allowing yourself to move your fingers and toes, remembering where you're at, remembering your surroundings and adjusting to the environment that you're currently in. And when you're ready, if you have any questions about your experience or want to share what experience you had during this past life meditation, I would really love to hear that. And just taking your time. We did a lot of traveling, so sometimes it takes a minute or two to readjust. Oh my goodness. Mama Kitty, what happened to you? Where did you go? And if you're not willing to share, that's okay too. If it's private to you, you don't have to share. But I would love to know any experiences or answer any questions that you may have. You all did an amazing job. I noticed the count didn't go down a bit the whole time, so appreciate you all for being a part of this adventure today, and that we can do this all together. I love doing this in the community. I love the feedback that I get too. So those who have had difficulty tapping into the Akashic memory or past life memories, a lot of times will schedule one-on-ones with me, because what happens is I can't know where everybody's level of relaxation is. So it's just basically a guided meditation. But when you're in the hot seat, either on an online call directly with me, I can watch body language and kind of gauge by doing a depth test. And basically, if you've watched my previous session, I do what's called the elevator, where we take the elevator down to the level of relaxation that you're feeling, so I know if I have a little bit more work to do or if we're ready to start traveling. I have something where I see darkness when I try to visualize. I saw colors and shapes and felt good. That is a good thing too, because that is also considered a download of information. Colors have meaning and a specific energy that they bring in. So I trust that the next time, if you decide to do a one-on-one with me, we can certainly tap into that and make it a better experience. But that seeing colors and feeling things, that's all your intuition. You using all your senses, you can experience different lifetimes. I'm going to scroll back and see if there's any questions. I'm excited to book a reading with you. I would love to do that. Let's see. There is a link in my bio in the link tree to gain access to my email, and we can certainly communicate that way. Let's see. I would love to do one-on-one sessions. They're so much fun because they're interactive. And if you haven't seen my previous TikTok live that's on YouTube right now, I have a link to my YouTube channel in my Linktree bio as well. Feel free to watch that. This is my first time traveling and wasn't sure what to expect. I have known probably the best thing is to not expect anything. That way, when we do experience it, the traveling, whatever comes to you is actually quite a unique experience. So having zero expectations is a good thing. I could see things, but the feelings were, yes, the feelings are real. I've had people go straight into a war scene and feel the panic and the discomfort of having to fight and not wanting to be there. And I always remind my clients that they're safe and we can disconnect from that. That's why I don't stick around in these group sessions. I don't stick around in experiences for very long. We can close out the scene and move to another one to where you feel safer. So that is also a good thing when we're doing a one-on-one session. I can kind of gauge that as well because we're doing feedback back and forth. It's fully interactive. I guess I just have to trust the conductor. Yes, you are the conductor. You are the one that's guiding your own session. I just basically, sometimes I'll see the lifetimes of my clients before it comes out of their mouth. And that's what helps me ask a specific question or know how to guide the session based on what I'm seeing and what I think the client would want to know more of. But typically, when a client and I are really in sync, we are both in that same experience, and I feel the emotions too. I always have a tissue on my desk because when you're feeling loss of a loved one, a child, or a family member, or a best friend, or a pet, these feelings do feel real. It's because that energy is existing in that moment that you're tapping into, and it can get emotional. It can get scary, but that's my job, is to make you feel safe and figure out what lesson was involved in that lifetime. So if there's any changes or any patterns that we're visiting, you can tell by the life you're living now if you're living the same pattern over and over again. And this is a lifetime that you can make changes to grow further and perhaps dive right into your passion. What have you done before? And you're probably pretty good at it. And this is usually surrounded by your passions in this lifetime. Let's see, I usually can't see anything but colors and shapes. Oh, I think I've read that already. I'm sorry. This was amazing. Thank you so much. I have tears on my face. Bless your heart for allowing me to guide you through that. And I hope you felt safe too. Taps the screen, folks, and help her grow. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, keep tapping. It gets the algorithm up there. But I was very happy to get the feedback from you guys to basically guide a general past life regression, so all of you can have your own experience or learn what it feels like to go through that experience. Even if you didn't have any visuals coming in, pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings and all your senses. Do you smell anything? Do you hear anything? All of that matters. And the first time you ever do a session like this, it may not be fully clear to you. But it's, just like developing your psychic abilities, it takes practice. So the next time you'll have more information come forward. But also, because we've opened this up tonight, pay attention to your dreams tonight, because more of this might make sense to you after you leave this session and go on about your evening. Pay attention to your thoughts during the week. You may have a flash of, oh my gosh, I seen this, but I didn't, really fully understand what it meant. You'll start making sense of things that came forward today throughout your week or month or within the next year. Sometimes it takes a while to unfold, and that's okay. Be patient with yourself. I'm glad you felt safe. I love the control room. Me too. Every single time I get so emotional because I feel the love. I feel like when I have people work on that self love control, that hug that you've been waiting to feel all your life, whether you've had good parents or not, that love is yours to give yourself. I'm tearing up thinking about it now because it feels so real and it feels so good to take a moment for yourself and remember who you are. You are so powerful. Much love to all of you. Oh. So for those of you who are just joining in now, I'll be doing this again next week. And I'll ask again if someone wants to volunteer to be live with me, or if we just want to do another general past life regression. The more you practice this, the more information comes forward for you, because you'll remember what it's going to feel like, and to trust that first impression that comes through for you. Thank you for all the likes, all those hearts. Thank you. Love all of you. I hope I can get back there again and adjust those dials. You have full control of that. Just close your eyes and picture yourself in your control room. Shut your bedroom doors while you're in the shower or taking a bath. Just close your mind and visit the control room and adjust those controls. I have to do that almost every time I go to Walmart. Low Low prices attract low vibrations, and I'm very anxious when I go into a Walmart. The energy there is just so, I don't even know how to describe it. I have to go in and adjust my anxiety. I have to, and basically I'm putting blinders on myself so I can get in and get out what I need to get. So the control room is a very amazing exercise to do. Same with breath work. When you do your breath work, take a deep breath in. I do that 3 times in a row. Just basically what that does is it resets the nervous system, so it allows for more focus and clarity during your session. And when you're feeling anxious, that's also an amazing exercise to do, is the deep breathing, because we as humans are shallow breathers. And when we keep the oxygen in the body for longer by holding the breath in and then releasing it and practicing deep breath, this allows for more focus. If you're feeling brain fog, that is a good exercise to do to get back on track, snap back into it, basically. Thank you for being a part of this tonight. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for the gifts and the roses. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Does anyone else have any more questions before we end this live session? Breathe, absolutely. So what I'm going to do also, if this wasn't flagged for violations again this week, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So you can tap into this live anytime you want throughout the week, throughout the next month, and continue to experience, maybe tap into the same lifetimes that you visited this lifetime, or maybe different ones. But whatever you do, you'll bring forward the most significant lifetimes, because that's what I called forward for you. And you can look for patterns, you can look for the wisdom involved, the lessons involved, and bring that information forward. Thank you. Thanks. My husband says I'm pretty. My husband, he always compliments me. Why'd you make me cry? I have to go, but I'll be back Sunday. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this, Mama Kitty, and all of you in the chat. Like I said, if you want to watch this on YouTube, I'll have it uploaded. If it's not flagged for violations, I'll upload it to my video. You can go to my link tree in the YouTube and experience this as many times as you want, over and over. And if you want to comment in the YouTube video, I would love to hear your feedback. If you do it several more times, I would love to hear your experiences, because this is how I learn too. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. First time ever seeing something. Oh, I love to hear that. God bless you guys too. The YouTube video. Yes. Keep your eyes open. That'll be available for you to access anytime. Much love to all of you. I'm going to go ahead. If there's no more questions, I'm going to let you get on with your evening and enjoy your dreams tonight. Pay attention. Take notes. And we will do this again next Sunday. Hope to see you there. Bring some friends. Have a good night.